Coming up next, Booking It finishes their discussion on The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Whoa, that was deep.
I noticed you didn't have a whole lot of excitement in your voice, so I
Yeah, no, that was great. I mean, just like, was it Monster and Hollows Part 1? That really played well with my family.
Totally.
The Isaiah, like,
Totally.
Anyway, welcome back to Booking It. I'm your humble and eloquent host. That's Matthew Killingsworth, who just spoke.
Howdy.
Isaiah Resky's the other guy over there.
Aye.
And there's Tanner Lewis.
That's even better than the last time.
That's right. That's right. I make it a priority to make sure I have enthusiasm for all of you guys, and I apologize if I didn't that time.
Self-esteem points is what we're
That's
working
right,
on.
self-esteem
over here.
points. That's what matters. Well. How we doing, gents?
Good.
I'm doing swell.
We doing
Swell.
great.
I'm trying not to use the word good
fantastic.
anymore.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Oh, sorry,
Shout
I'm
out
doing
to our
fantastic.
Hey,
special Patreon
just
episode.
like Peter Nimble and his fantastic eyes.
That's right, guys.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Hey,
more
if you
about
want
that
to check
later.
out that
I'm
episode,
colossally amazing.
If you guys want to check out
Yeah.
Peter Nimble, go to patreon.com/booking it and pay any of the donate $10 or more a month.
That's right. That's right.
that was smooth.
Yeah, that
It
was
a
definitely
record for
smooth.
how early we've promoted our Patreon page. I think that's a
We
record.
could start that in the intro if we want.
Good, but let's not do that. That'd be really weird and obnoxious. Anyway, like I said, we're
not
talking about.
YouTubers.
Yeah, well,
Except our
YouTubers
podcast
get paid
goes
per
on
view, though,
YouTube.
too. That's true. It's true, it does. Anyway, well, that's kind of a bad intro. But like I said in the intro, we're talking about The Adventures of Tom Sawyer today.
Well,
It's
the
part
second half
2.
of it.
That's right.
It's more like the second
These guys over here,
three-quarters.
they were surprised we were going to get 2 parts out of it, but we only did like 1/20th of the book last episode.
120.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah, good point.
We had a lot of fun other somewhat side discussions, but
That's right.
it was mostly on topic.
It's mostly
Mostly,
on
yeah,
topic.
mostly. Our intro was like
Mostly on topic.
10 minutes long, you know?
That's,
with,
that's
like, the
true, but it was
first
all
game.
good. It was all good.
Diving right in.
All right, I think we're only on chapter 6 out of like
20.
35.
that's all
So
right.
we're 1/6
We got
the
20
book,
minutes
so
here.
we're all good. We're all good. Alrighty. Chapter 6. Well, what did you guys think about Huckleberry Finn?
I think.
Oh
I
man,
think he's my
if I
favorite
got to be
character.
Huckleberry.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Heck yes, he is.
His life in the Huckleberry Finn book is
Oh
even
yeah,
better.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna pick up where I left off last week on Huckleberry Finn, but I just love being able to look at Huckleberry Finn from another person's perspective and like not from a like Huckleberry Finn looking in, more like Tom Sawyer looking at, right? So I liked that point of view for him. It really I liked seeing Huckleberry Finn. He's very descriptive of Huckleberry Finn's life and how he was definitely the envy of every boy in town, and
girl.
Well, not every girl, but
That was a joke.
the horror of every mother.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
right.
Andy's got a cool name, so I mean.
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep saying
Yeah.
Huckleberry 5,000 times.
Huckleberry's-
We can call him Huck Finn. He won't mind.
Huckleberry's like
Yeah.
a great first name, and Finn's like
really
an awesome
fast.
last name.
I just realized that last week we talked about how Tom meets Becky in like chapter 3. It's actually in chapter
totally,
6, the one with the
totally.
title that's actually Tom meets Becky. We probably should have
Whoa,
looked at
we
that.
made a mistake. I apologize, guys.
Wow.
That's never happened. Our credibility is like greatly shaken.
Sure, yeah. We should have probably just looked at the table of contents because
Much like those at presidential polls. Gosh, sorry, I had to throw that in there. Anyway,
2 weeks in a row, man.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, for
Well,
you listeners, we're recording this during the election, like the day
That's
after
right.
election day.
It's the day after election. Well, it's not really election day, is it anymore?
True.
Anyway, a political show. We're not talking
It kind of
politics.
still is, though. I mean,
Kind of still is, but it's okay. Yeah,
All right,
it's election week.
We
Anyway,
don't want to go too far.
we don't
here.
want to go
Let's
too far.
continue.
Anyway, well, it's gonna be like 3 weeks after we record this. Anyway,
I know we're ahead. It's good.
chapter 6. Well, it just kind of worked out really well for Tom Sawyer, didn't it? He got beaten up for being tardy like the usual Tom Sawyer, but after that he got to sit next to his pretty girl, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean,
Something that I would do, and something that I do.
I feel like our credibility is going.
Luckily, I can edit this.
It's all right.
It's all right.
The
It's
viewers
all fine.
don't mind. They don't mind a joke.
Gosh, only
No,
one
no,
chapter.
no.
Only one chapter later, Tom asks Becky to marry him, guys. Wow. Relationships do move fast back then, don't they? Okay. So I guess what chapter 7 didn't was that when Tom and Joe, or was it chapter 8 where they like played hooky all day and pretended they were like Robin Hood and stuff like that? When was that?
I wish I could play hooky, but my parents live in the same
We're
house as me,
homeschooled.
and they're also my teachers.
That's
so
right. Playing hooky involves sleeping past 9 in our house.
No, wait.
Yeah,
I
it's okay.
think it was chapter 7. Yeah.
Why do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Why do you guys think that like little kids they look up to like outlaws and pirates? Like I want to be a pirate, and they didn't realize like how bad these guys actually
'Cause
were. Like
they-
later in the book,
Cool.
Tom
Yeah.
even like said like there ain't nobody politer than a robber, and I was like, well, I mean, if he was polite, he wouldn't be robbing you in the first place. But whatever.
Well, kids probably want to be pirates
Well-
because they read like Peter Pan and all that.
Stories. Yeah. They
Or
read
they
stories.
watch
and
Pirates of
they-
the Caribbean. Yes, I beat down
Well,
on Pirates of the
I don't
Caribbean.
think. I don't think these kids
Watch-
watch Pirates of
yeah.
the Caribbean.
Not
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think they
kinda
watched
same.
anything. I think, but like they've probably heard stories and they know what pirates are, but they haven't met personally any pirates that are good or bad. So they just think that they're guys who just get to sail around on the seas,
get rich.
talking goofy accents, and
They
get rich
also-
from treasure
yeah.
that they find. And
They
that's
also-
basically like what's better than that.
They also like Socialist Robin Hood, but that's another time. Anyway,
Oh come
Socialist Robin Hood. Okay, that was too far.
Wow.
Too far.
okay, what do you guys think about the graveyard scene? Do you guys like that? This is one of the other scenes that it's timeless. It's like I kind of maybe I missed it because I was speed reading as I said, but what was the dead cat for again?
They were just playing around with.
No, they were going
It was
to
like,
go
wasn't it
cure
ward off?
warts, guys.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, they were if they slung it around in the moonlight.
No,
then it
if they
cured
slung it
apparently,
over
yeah.
a grave, their warts would be cured as long as the cat's fur touched their fingers. Sorry, guys, I pay attention
Let me
too
just-
much. to
But it
this
also,
book.
Let me
it
just
also,
say this,
It also had to be
uh,
the moonlight. It had to be in the
Yeah,
moonlight.
because that's where they went
Sure.
at night.
I'm sure that they didn't cure their warts. That didn't happen, did it though?
Nope. Instead,
Because
they watched
they
a murder.
witnessed a murder.
Yes, they
That's
witnessed the murder of a man by Angel.
Would you guys think about? Do you say Angel Joe?
Engine?
Yeah. Engine Joe. Again.
Okay. Anyways. what's
Anyway,
your
yeah.
question?
I was gonna ask. Do you think they made the right choice not to tell anybody about the murder? I mean, obviously they did later, but like,
I probably would have told.
yeah. But can you like understand the reasons why?
Well, they were
Yeah,
scared the dude was gonna come after them and kill them.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, especially when, like, they're out and about all the time and never really tell anybody where they're going.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard for if he found out that they told people, then it wouldn't be hard for him to take care of them too. But if they saved it till he was already in court and like people were safely like aware that he was a possible threat, then and were keeping his eye on him, then I think that was a safer thing to do.
That's true. That lawyer did play it really smart, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So, why do you guys think that a rebuke is sometimes better than a whipping? I remember my parents; they always were like, in public school when the paddle was still a thing. If you had a choice between a phone home, or a paddle, you take the paddle because you didn't want to face the
Yeah.
rebuke from your parents. You know.
Yeah, you didn't
But-
want to have
Yeah.
to face
Why is it?
the thing twice in that day, the punishment.
That's true, but like, why do you think like a rebuke is sometimes better than like a whipping?
If your butt's sore.
Let's move on. Did not expect that answer. Oh my goodness.
You should have expected not to get anything out of that question, Cooper.
I don't
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you wanted.
know. I don't know what I wanted from that either. Anyway.
Yeah, by the way, listeners, Cooper never tells us what he's going to ask or say or anything on the podcast. So.
Yeah, I already told them.
It's all original. I think it's better original. I don't know about you guys, but
That's true.
anyway.
I mean, we still have those awkward pauses sometimes when we're trying to think.
Yeah, it makes it original.
That's
right?
all right.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for, right? Anyway,
Cooper is all about the unedited
I don't get it.
style,
I mean, not unedited. Like, I like when you cut out like long pauses and stuff, but I don't like when you cut out unnecessary jokes about
Content.
editing like this.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Anyway, moving on.
Right.
Would you guys have anything to say about like chapters? What is this? 11 through 13. I guess. Would you guys?
Chapters 11 through 13.
Why do you think that Huck and Tom visited? What was his name? What is his name? Potts? Oh no, not Potts.
Oh,
Guilty conscience.
Yeah, that's why.
what's chapter 11, conscience. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember.
Hey, also, what do you guys think that they thought about Injun Joe? Like, apparently, I mean, I
First
think it was
off, what a
understood that
name.
Injun Joe. Yeah, yeah. But like, when they got Huff, like Injun Joe was right there. Why didn't they do anything with them? I mean, because Muff was referencing to Injun Joe the whole time, like, he might have had a hand. Why don't we arrest him too? But no, you had to go. And like later in the book, you're like, you find out that he had killed like 5 people. I don't know. Injun Joe got away from justice for far too long. But
dude.
He's a sketchy character.
that's
For all
his
of you
favorite
that
word
do
to
not
say.
know, Matthew's
the
second
man.
favorite word is sketchy.
His first is
Oh
ain't.
yeah, obviously. If you remember last episode.
Well, now his second favorite
He
might be
ain't
taint.
a non-sketchy guy.
Do you guys think? Well, actually, let's define what is conscience. Do you think?
That little voice inside.
That's awesome.
Jiminy Cricket.
It's like I always remember the Ant-Man scene from Civil War. He's like, "It's your conscience. We don't talk that much nowadays." I don't know why I always think of that.
I
scene,
love that quote
when he's
too.
inside Iron Man's armor. Anyway, besides to say that little voice inside, which it is, but what is conscience? Or what is your conscience? Because conscience is something else, or consciousness is.
I think conscience is just another thing that people who do not know Christ use to reference like the Holy Spirit, like the knowing between right and wrong.
Yeah.
Like we have the Holy Spirit, we have a name for it. Other people, they don't have a name for it, so they just call it conscience because they don't know what else to call it.
But then now people are like, there ain't no such thing as one, because obviously the conscience is from the Holy Spirit. I mean, you could say for Christians I guess you could say they're one and
Like
the same.
a guilty conscience.
Yeah, but especially with all these like stuff today, like people are like, we hate America. America's evil. Everybody's like, the whole world is evil. But
Have you ever been to another country, man? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so what do you guys think about Tom's logic for choosing a life of crime compared to that of real criminals? So like Tom's like, I'm gonna be a pirate and be a robber. We don't, we're not like, oh, that poor boy. We gotta send him to a school and reform him or whatever. How is that different from like real criminals and stuff?
Well, first, he ain't killing people, so.
Tom
Well,
never
promising himself or giving himself to a life of crime or whatever.
So we're talking about Tom Sawyer and like them trying to become pirates, okay? Correct?
Right.
Okay, so they're not really. I think the reason that like we're not really like, oh, poor Tom Sawyer, we've got to go like reform him or
Yeah,
something.
reform him. Yeah.
I think the reason we're not doing that is because I'm pretty sure almost all of us have at least one point in time played pirates or in a like when we're playing with our friends, like when
Or
we were
enjoying
young,
Pirates of the
we were
Caribbean.
the
totally.
we were the bad guy in quotation marks.
Right.
So, like, I just don't think that. I think that that's just kind of their. That was their play. It was a much more mature play, obviously, because they were.
Well, they
Um,
took it like really seriously and actually tried to be pirates.
Yeah, it's true. They did.
And they actually ended up finding treasure and becoming rich.
That's
so,
true.
You know,
Yeah. So they were
sometimes it
pirates.
works out.
But they robbed the robber. So,
Yeah.
So
Basically Robin Hood, now that we're talking
but
about
I guess like you're
yeah.
saying, it's really just like a child's play. You know, it's like it's not like someone who is actually gonna fully do it. They're just playing. They don't understand, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
So, what do you guys
I mean,
think about?
I was Jack Sparrow once for Halloween.
That's true. I was too.
Yeah.
As far I was.
I think I was a better Jack Sparrow.
Probably not.
Matthew was a
Fine.
better Jack Sparrow, Cooper. Face
I'd
the
agree
facts.
with Matthew being a
My
better
hair
Jack
was
Sparrow.
a
I had a
Bob
long-
Marley
long-
cap turned upside down. It was great.
Cringe,
So I
cringe,
think
cringe,
Matthew
cringe,
could be
cringe,
able
cringe.
to act as Jack Sparrow better.
Why?
For
I
all
don't
of
know,
you
he
that have
seems
not
more like the
seen
person
Matthew,
that can-
Matthew just looks like the definition
Cooper-
of
Yeah,
Jack
Matthew's
Sparrow
like
if he had
greasy,
long hair.
He braced the law all the time. Yeah, that's right. It's Matthew. How could I have ever thought otherwise?
Definitely.
What do you guys think about the beach scene where the boys are all on the beach? Did you guys feel any sympathy for them with like the homesickness or whatever?
None.
No.
No.
Like,
no.
you fools, you could end this if you wanted to.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, just to be honest, I want to make this point. Maybe make it now, maybe not. But back then, you could do almost anything as long as you were home by sundown.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I know.
I could rob a
Yeah,
bank and be home by sundown.
I mean, like the fact that it was the fact that it was conceivable they could take a raft upstream and just play pirates like that.
I know.
Like, you know, I mean, wow. I mean,
It makes like modern playing as a kid like so lame. Like,
Yeah.
oh, here's some toys. Why don't you just play on like here's a floor.
Yeah.
5 hours. Have fun.
yeah, I mean,
It's
but
like,
they're,
that is
break
not
they're
anything.
like,
playing.
They're like-
That is not playing.
they're like, here's a sword. You know, here's a shovel. Go
Yeah.
find some treasure and kill a dragon or
Here's
whatever.
a
You know?
sword,
Yeah, let's go
shovel,
dig holes
pirate
all over the
ship.
town.
That's
Go
right.
do whatever you want.
That's right.
Come down by sundown. Don't be hurt. Don't hurt anybody, and you're all good.
So I'm going to disclose like one of my biggest like want tos. I've always like wanted to go back to like 1800s and live like on a river town on the Mississippi. Like that has
And get
just
rid
of all your
been
technology.
my dream forever since I've
You're gonna
read
sing
Tom
like that
Sawyer.
Alabama poem.
Yeah, I love it. I've actually been to port towns. It's not how I imagine them anymore because they've gone too big
Obviously.
and too modern.
Yeah.
But I really love them.
So you'd
I
rather
love the
go back
idea
in
of
time
being able.
where there's no AC, no technology.
Yes.
Tanner's iPhone money would be wasted.
No, Tanner's
be no
iPhone
AC,
money.
people.
Tanner's iPhone money would make him the richest man in that city.
That's true.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
true. It would. Yeah, I wanted to go back
I
in
mean,
time.
yeah,
just
you had
because of
$100
inflation.
back then. You were like a billionaire.
No, not quite that much, but
No. It's
Anyway.
like a couple
$6,000 was more money than anyone had ever seen, Cooper. Yes, $100
Why
would
do
make
you,
you almost a millionaire.
Thanks for telling us how much
No.
money you have.
what do you guys think about why do you think Tom came back for a little bit before going back out?
Because he was a man.
What does that have to do with anything?
It has to do with everything, Isaiah. You tell me why it doesn't have to do with it.
Whoa! Whoa!
Well, let me think.
You have the burden of proof.
Yeah, whatever. But like, okay, how does this have a point? Like, Cooper's asking, why did he come back to the town? And you just say, because he's a man. If he was a man, wouldn't he
yeah,
stay
Tanner,
out
why
there?
don't you provide some explanation?
Yeah.
He was,
Guys, this is about to be pure gold. He's about to define masculinity over here. Go ahead, Tanner.
oh God. I had a good, like, script running through my mind for a second, Cooper, and then
Wow.
you just deleted
Tanner often
everything.
does
Good job,
this
Cooper.
when he's thinking for a script.
I think he came back because, it wasn't right to, just abandon and, make his make everyone that knew him very well just so unsure of where he was. we learn later that he actually came back to like tell them where he was, and then like to go back. I don't know how that would have worked out as I go through that in my brain, but that's what the book says. So we're gonna stick to what Mark Twain says.
Yeehaw.
But eventually it turns into this even bigger adventure, and it is much more cool if he comes back right now. And I believe that's why it proves that he's a man.
Nice job. All right. So let's talk about when they come back. Obviously, they walk in
With a
to the
swagger.
funeral. If you guys, yeah, exactly. Have you guys ever wanted to like show up at your own funeral, or I don't know if I've ever imagined that before about Tom Sawyer. I have no
I
idea.
said this earlier.
No idea.
I would love
Why
to.
would you want to show up at your own funeral?
Why would you not? Tanner used to dream about it.
Why
No,
would you
like,
want to watch
what Tom
yourself
Sawyer
being
did, no?
buried?
No, like where they thought it was your funeral,
Well, he
but
just
you
come out
actually
of the
weren't
coffin.
dead, so you
That's
could
pretty
surprise
cool.
everyone there and be like, "Ha, I'm still alive."
Yeah, yeah.
That would be pretty
Isaiah's
funny
got
to
a
see all
big,
their
goofy
faces.
smile on his face right now. Anyway, Mark Twain describes the boys getting many cuffs and many kisses. Which do you think were more affectionate? Maybe we'll have like a battle here. All right, who wants to take cuffs? Who wants to take kisses? All right, who wants cuffs?
I'll take kisses.
Isaiah, Tanner.
Tanner, stop giggling and just
All
go
right,
on one
Tanner
team.
wants cuffs. All right, you guys both have 30
Tanner can't
seconds.
defend cuffs.
All right, Matthew. You have starting now.
I don't need 30 seconds. Look, kisses are a way, like, just more obvious sign of love and respect, I guess. And appreciation and thankfulness that you're there.
This is what we're talking about.
Why are we talking about this?
Trooper wanted me to debate.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Tanner.
that's it. I don't need 30
30
seconds. Yeehaw.
now.
Me and my partner stand resolved that we that kisses were more affectionate. So there you go.
Oh, come on,
Thank
man.
God.
Come on.